All right, folks, welcome back to another video. So what we're going to talk about here is just the, I guess the devs' effort in putting a little bit more substance into the game, bringing more content, and actually having a lot of players return to Solo Leveling Arise. The main thing I want to talk about specifically when it comes down to this is that right now, Solo Leveling Arise for the last few months has been suffering, as we all know, very, very much with a lack of content or lack thereof of difficult content for players to do now. And I think right now, and I made a video about this a couple days ago where I mentioned that people are probably going to start returning with the upcoming months to pass, because now coming July 31st, and I did say this as well, that this is probably going to be the do or die patch for solo leveling, and it looks like they're actually doing something correctly. And I think it's very important to remember that for anyone who quit Solo Leveling Arise because you were lacking content or you're lacking, things to do in the game, there's a lot being introduced now, again, to this upcoming, I think Thursday's the patch, that you may want to consider coming back for. Now, I know a lot of folks like TyPal, for example, shout out to TyPal, and Max, shout out to Max as well too, who have returned, and they were very big players on the competitive side because of things like POD, right? POD is being reintroduced again with hard mode, and I think the devs have done something really good here finally, and they've kind of got off their asses and covering other games and finally focused back on Solo Leveling Arise. So I think it's super important, guys, to make sure that if you have quit due to that reasoning, I think the main reason to come back now is here, right? And a lot of people, yes, will introduce Jenna. We're going to have brand new levels. We're going to have brand new skills introduced for SJW. We're going to have a new mode for Battlefield of Trials, which is going to be considered the Architect mode. The Architect himself is coming out as well as a story. Again, POD hard mode is being introduced. We have a brand new WOBL coming out next month. They're going to do some new things with simulation. What else is there coming, guys? There's a lot of different things. A brand new amplification system for skills. There's just a lot of things coming. So for those who have left because they were bored of the game, this might be a really good time to come back and test the waters again to see if you're actually still interested in solo leveling. While you're doing that, I already mentioned it in this. Yes, we have a new weapon coming and a new shadow coming as well, right? So there's quite a bit coming up. And of course, we saw already, we got brand new skins coming, and I think these skins are a pretty big interest. For example, Saren's skin looks crazy. Do you guys remember when Sus skin came out and we all lost our minds? Imagine how everybody feels about this one. So Saren's skin looks incredible. Jenna actually looks classy. I'm really happy they kept this one classy, to be honest with you. This one here I think is important because we all don't want to die by SJW. Of course, we have the brand new Skull Shadow coming out. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do with him and what his stats are going to be. But I think this is, like I said, this is the time to come back. And we have a brand new skill called Piercing Thrust. Now, I don't know if Piercing Thrust is going to be a water skill. It better be, because water is desperately in need of a brand new skill. And of course, we have a brand new weapon that they didn't show here but will be coming out, and we have a brand new job change called Codebreaker. Now, personally, I don't like this new setup. I don't like this gear outfit. They should have done something way cooler looking. I think maybe like with a trench coat and some sort of like cybernetic technological outfit. I think that would have been way cooler. They just reskinned the old costume. It's crazy. So that's going to be coming out as well too. And then of course, as mentioned, the level up and the new amplification system. So some folks are asking what's going to be happening with Battlefield of Trials. So they're keeping Battlefield of Trials. What they're removing is they're removing the challenge portion of it right here. So this challenge portion will no longer exist. It's going to be changed from Battlefield of Trials Challenge to Battlefield of Trials Architect Trials. And what essentially this is going to do, and I think this is the biggest new mode they're introducing, is it's going to take all of the current challenges and allow you to increase the level of difficulty while keeping the rewards. And the higher level difficulty you want to challenge, the more rewards you'll get. So your Essence Stones aren't going anywhere. They're actually going to give you a lot more Essence Stones plus rewards by doing harder content. Now, this is what everyone's been asking for, right? Everyone's been asking for harder content and content that's going to be challenging. And this is the content that we all want to do, because this is considered technically, quote unquote, the unlimited tower phase, if you want to call it that, where you can challenge it anytime you want. There's no stamina. The higher rewards, the better the challenge, the higher reward. So what you want to do essentially with this new challenge is start at the very top and work your way down, because once you complete one of these stages with the lower challenges, it doesn't allow you to go back and do it with the higher challenges for the rewards. You can still do the stage at a higher difficulty and practice, but you won't get the rewards with this. So start from the top, guys, work your way down. So this is going to be a big one. And then of course the reintroduction of POD is coming back up, and this is going to allow a lot of hardcore POD players do a lot more with this mode. Number one, there's going to be a free, for the top ranking players, there's going to be a free cosmetic weapon transmog, which allows you to change your weapons and show off your weapon and prove that you are one of the best in the world for POD. And number two, there's going to be an international ranking system now in a hard mode that's going to make POD a little bit more difficult and a lot more challenging for players to give a try. And this will, I think, make POD fresh again. Right? So I think it'll make it a lot more fresh again. So a lot of folks who were wondering what's coming out, that is the big one right now. A lot of folks are also asking about the other collab units and when they're going to be dropping. I believe that the collab units will come back again, guys, probably following Jinnah. And the reason why they probably strategically did this is because they wanted to avoid losing the hype for Jinnah herself, because she's a very big unit. She's obviously Sun Jinu's sister. This is a what-if story. This is their first attempt at a what-if story. And because Jinnah's probably going to draw quite a few players from outside of SLA gaming into SLA, they don't want to interfere with that extra money they'll be making off of this character. So there's obviously going to be that. And on top of that, there will be a lot of packages as well too. So don't forget that. So there's a lot to come, guys. So for those who quit SLA because you were bored, for those who quit because, you know, there was a lot of issues, I think this is a good time to return in the upcoming patch. Remember, there's going to be a Korean live stream coming up on Wednesday morning. I'll be covering that with translations. We're going to have the Sharp live stream as well too going on, which will allow us to see what the actual kit for Jinnah is, plus some of the new content coming out from the English perspective and some more codes. And then of course I'll be staying up all night. We'll be doing the full live testing that same day and hoping that Jinnah is actually amazing. Now, as for Jinnah, according to all leaks, she is slated to be a wind unit. Whether she's support or a breaker, that has yet to be decided. But I just want to make sure that folks understand what's happening and kind of jump on board right now before it's too late. And I'll be doing some summoning on that as well too. I probably will skip on my free-to-play. I know a lot of people like to ask me what I'm doing my free-to-play. I probably will still skip Jinnah on free-to-play because I don't need wind. And I will probably save up for the maybe I'll save up for the collaboration unit just to see if the dark and the fire ones are good. But if they're not worth it, I'm going to probably start saving up for the 1.5 year anniversary, which I'm hoping that survey was an indication of who they decide to bring. Because last time we had a survey, they brought out Thomas Andre because he won. And this survey, it's actually Sun Jinu's dad, Sung Hil Won, who's winning, or Igris. And they may be playable characters, or even Dvorka will be a really cool thing to do. So there you guys go. Now, before I end this video, I want to just remind everybody, please remember, if you are a supporter currently, Content Creator Program ends today. I'll be sending out codes all day today, so please make sure you get your 1,000 Essence Stones if you have not already done so. Log in, extend. If you have not done supporting, click that support button, get in, and get yourselves 1,000 Essence Stones right now while it's hot, before it's gone. And again, please remember to extend your support, or else you will lose the opportunity to get codes until the following season. All right, folks, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.